Hi guys, I'm Gladwyn Leeuw. I'm the CEO of E Squared Investments and I'm happy to be here with you today. It was the auspices of Dr. Alan Gray and he sold 20% of Alan Gray Limited to E Squared Investments and the whole purpose behind it was for E Squared to establish, or the purpose behind E Squared for become a South African impact investor that focuses on both investment and post-investment support for high growth entrepreneurs, for social entrepreneurship businesses through which we do grants, and as well as very early stage founders. Our mission is social upliftment. If you look at all of our branding online, it's about attacking poverty and creating economically equal South Africa. And that's why we're an impact investor rather than just an investor. We're a permanent capital vehicle, which means we invest off of our own balance sheet. Which is very important for founders. So that means that we don't have to create liquidation events every 7 to 10 years in order to create value for our shareholders. So we can be more patient. And so with the mandate or the mission to attack poverty and create an economically equal South Africa, the two mechanisms that Dr. Alan Gray wrote into the trust deed, along with obviously the partners at the time, was for E Squared to use the conduits for us to achieve this mission was the fellow community. And I'm sure there's close to 1,000 fellows at the moment, where E Squared, in partnership with Alan Gray Orbis Foundation, have a synergistic relationship in the sense that individuals that have received Alan Gray Orbis Foundation scholarships then finish curriculum with the Alan Gray Orbis Foundation, or AGOF, and once they've completed their degrees as well as completed the curriculum with AGOF, they then get inducted into the association of the Alan Gray Orbis Foundation Association, and that's what we call fellows. And so it's a fellow community as well as supporting non-profit organizations that have public benefit organization status in order to assist social entrepreneurs in creating jobs and social upliftment. We as E Squared stand for creating those, and our ultimate goal is lives meaningfully improved. And so we want to meaningfully improve lives of South Africans. And so how we choose to do that is through entrepreneurship and through entrepreneurial vehicles. And so we invest and provide not just equity or equity-like instruments, but we also provide grants, like I said, to social entrepreneurs that then become catalysts for job creation. And we've got a couple of examples of how we do that. So if you look at fellow interventions, we've got Startup Founder Pitch. And the Startup Founder Pitch is essentially for very early stage, your concept stage of your business life cycle. The next stage then would be what we call Pathways. And Pathways is a very early stage, flexible venture builder. Then you've got E2V or E Squared Ventures that I mentioned. E Squared Ventures can fund anything from seed stage all the way to around Series C, Series D. Businesses that generally come into E2V are at your traction stage. And so we invest all the way through to the growth stages. It's about attacking poverty and creating economically equal South Africa, and so we are very passionate about supporting non-fellows as well. And so there's 3 vehicles that are targeted at non-fellow founders, and so we have a partnership where we are a 50% shareholder as well as one of the limited partners with 3 Capital Ventures, and so that's run by Sizwe Ngumalo and his team. So if you're a non-fellow, that would be the first route into potentially working alongside E Squared and our partner 3 Capital Ventures. We this year launched our co-investment fund that's rules-based, where we're looking to support black and female founded ventures. And then finally, it's not public knowledge yet, but we are looking at partnering with a very prominent South African fund of funds, where we will provide high impact seed fund of funds. So it's a high impact seed fund of funds structure where we will provide funding as a limited partner into seed stage investors in order to bridge the gap. I think what makes E-Squared special is the fact that, and I've alluded to it a couple of times now, is the fact that we're a permanent capital vehicle, so we're investing off of our own balance sheet. And I think because of this important distinction, so we are a lot more patient in how we approach founders. And E-Squared has set up a post-investment function within our organization to walk alongside entrepreneurs, to do the network introductions, to provide strategic support, to help set up boards. What also makes us special is the fact that we're industry agnostic. And I know that a lot of funds are high growth in nature, and by us investing across the board, we tend to see our real world assets and real needs. We are able to support those entrepreneurs as well. And the other thing is that we can invest all the way from pre-seed all the way through to Series C, Series D, which means we have the capability to walk alongside you for the long haul. Yeah, so we've decided to partner with Startup Club. One, it's the networking capability for ourselves as E-Squared from a sourcing perspective, both of talent and of interesting startups. It's the ability for our staff and our community in terms of the Allan Gray Fellows to get exposure to like-minded individuals, as well as talent that could join their startups. And it's about the diversity in conversation that's happening as well on the platform, where you have founders and investors and venture builders and so many ecosystem partners coming together and engaging. And so I believe that this is the time for as E-Squared re-engages with the ecosystem as a whole, that this partnership is important for us for all of the things I mentioned at the start, but also for us as a brand to get exposure. And so it's a very important partnership for us. We've got such a great opportunity as an ecosystem player. And the saying that I like to use is this old analogy, and I don't know who said it, but the rising tide raises all boats. And so we'd like to think, as from an E-Squared perspective, as we look through our new strategy for 2030, that we want to be that tide that comes in and uplifts the community and the ecosystem, whether it be through limited partner engagements, whether it be through just funding investment opportunities, or whether it is ecosystem players or support functions that are coming onto our platform to support some of our startups through the post-investment support functions that we have. Come and chat to us, and let's see how we can partner going forward. So if anybody wants to learn more, you can reach us at eSquared, so esquared.org.za. .org is .org.za. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you very much for the partnership, and we look forward to working with you this year.